Hi everyone, I'm Daniela Bueno Soler, a student of the University of Murcia, and this is my final video exam about the subject Resources and ICT. Hope you like it! I'm going to start by giving you a brief introduction to my learning design using ACAD framework. As you know, there are two dimensions to the framework: set design, epistemically situated learning, and social design. Set design is about physically situating the learning activity. So in this case, the physical learning environment would be the classroom, and the tools used to support that learning would be Genially, Whimsical, and Emathi. To do that, we will need the school's computers or tablets. Epistemically situated learning is about proposing tasks. My suggestions here are to create an interactive image with which they will work on the climate of Spain with Genially, a mind map using Whimsical with important information about the unit we have worked on, and finally, students will have to organize the information on a digital presentations using Emathi, which they will then have to present. Finally, the social design involves the question of how people work. So in my learning design, students are going to work both alone and in groups. This project is designed for 5th grade students of primary school and consists mainly of reviewing what has been learned throughout the Unit 2, called The Climate, by developing 3 tasks. It will be developed each day in social sciences class over a period of 8 working days, so students will have 2 days to create the interactive image, 2 days to make the mind map, and 4 days for the digital presentation. 3 of them to create it and 1 to present it in class. This is not compulsory. Students may need more days for one activity than for another, so it's only as a guide. First of all, I will explain my students how each application works and what they are expected to do with them. The first tool we are going to use is Genially, which allows you to create interactive and animated content. This first task is going to be developed individually. I want students to create an interactive image about the types of climates of Spain and its features. To do that, they have to click on Create a Genially and then on Interactive Image and upload the image they want to make interactive. Once they have the image, they are going to select 5 different interactive icons that the tool offers us, and they are going to place them where the 5 types of climates are located. They can personalize the icons by changing their color. Now they have to select the icon they want to edit and click on Interactivity so that they can write the name of that type of climate and its characteristics. They have to do the same with each one of them. Finally, they can edit the way the icons appear on the interactive map clicking on Animation. The aim of this activity is to help improve the way students present and spread information, and also to better establish the content. The second tool we are going to use is called Whimsical, where students can find some tips to start using it. This second task is also going to be developed individually. With this tool, you can create documents, flowcharts, wireframes, sticky notes, mind maps, and so on. In this case, I want students to create a mind map with the keywords and the important information of the whole unit, so that they learn to represent ideas and concepts in a graphical way. This would help them to better understand and memorize by structuring the information. To make sure they include all the points of the unit, they should refer to the textbook. Lastly, the third tool we are going to use is Emathi, which is an application for creating presentations from professional templates with creative designs. We have to sign up with our email and click on Create Presentation. Students then have to choose the template that best suits with the theme of the presentation. This activity is going to be developed in groups of 3 and consists of creating a digital presentation in which they have to organize the information used in the mind map. I mean, students have to create a presentation including the information of the whole unit in a clear way, so they can take advantage of the mind map already done. Finally, on the last day of the project, they will have to present their presentation to the rest of the class, explaining to them the content of the unit. With this project, students will develop mainly 3 competencies: social and civic competencies, learning to learn, and digital competence, and we will work on different contents and standards of the subject social sciences. From the block 1, common contents, students will basically develop strategies to organize the information selected so that it can be better memorized and to present orally contents in an orderly way. From section 2, the world we live in, students are expected to learn about the climate and its factors, the climate zones and the types of climates of Spain, and to be aware of the climate change. As a large part of my teaching project is individual, the interactive image, and the mind map, the main ethical problem that we could find due it in the classroom is that not all schools have enough computers or tablets for each student. For the 3 of the tools, students have to provide personal information in creating an account, and maybe parents are not really happy with that. Talking about diffusion, none of them are well known, especially in the primary school classroom, so it is likely that learners are not familiar with these tools and lack basic technical competence with its functions. Apart from that, the access to eMathe is absent on a mobile device and limited on tablets, as you can only watch eMathe presentations, not creating them, so it will be a problem if the school uses tablets. Moreover, there is no ability to edit presentations offline if you are not a premium user, for whom it's offered a kind of offline mode where core functionality is affected, as they are able to only view and play the presentations, not creating. Using digital tools in these activities attracts the attention of the students and makes the learning process more enjoyable. Using Genially in this case allows students to learn the climates of Spain, its location and its characteristics in a more visual, clear and fun way. Thanks to eMathe, children will be able to organize the information they have learned quickly and easily. Furthermore, it allows students to use pre-designed templates according to their interests and preferences or to personalize them as they want. In this case, they make the learning autonomous. Together with Whimsical, these 2 tools ensure that students learn the contents effectively as they promote the visual memory at the same time that students are motivated and engaged to the task. Generally speaking, children need that motivation and innovation that digital tools bring to them, making it easier for them to maintain the attention in class and to acquire the contents. In order to allow my students to do this activity from home, the changes that I need to make are minimal. With Genially and Whimsical, there will be no problem if students have a computer and internet connection at home, as these activities are created to be done with a computer and individually. However, when using eMathe to create a presentation, as it is a group activity instead of sharing the computer, students will have to invite their peers through the tool to collaborate on the presentation together. Moreover, they will have to use another app, such as Zoom, to make video calls and stay in contact while creating the presentation. For this activity, another change that I need to make is the way of presenting the work. Instead of presenting it in the classroom, students will have to share their screen with the eMathe presentation and present us their work via Zoom video call. With the interactive map that must look like this. The mind map, and the final presentation. I will complete this rubric that I have created and which is based on the standards in order to evaluate the project. If I had to choose 5 critical elements of this course that I would include in my blog, they would be Grammarly, because apart from identifying most spelling and grammar errors, it makes suggestions to help me improve my writing, so it would be really helpful for me as a student and also as a future English teacher. The General Classroom Ethics Tools database that we have created together, because there are lots of tools that I didn't know that existed, and it's nice to know that I can find there multiple apps and its ethical problems to explore and use with my future students. APA generator would be probably the most important one for me as a student, because we are constantly developing tasks and projects at the university and we have to reference everything in APA, so it has been a good discovery. The Tackle 2 books for primary school children, they would help me to get started on using e-learning methods and techniques in order to make my lessons more fun and creative. I would look at those books for activities and tools that allow me to teach key competencies in a way that students enjoy the learning process. And finally, the Common Sense Privacy Program, because from now on, I will search this web for any app before starting using it. In my future as a teacher, this would help me to make good choices about the learning tools to use with my students. I will protect my privacy and also that of my future students. Now I'm going to explain you which are the 3 elements of the teaching competence for a digital world that I consider more relevant. Expert in digital educational content. This means that teachers must master the contents of the subject they teach, disciplinary knowledge, the educational methods to teach, pedagogical knowledge, and the technological knowledge all in one, which is the technological pedagogical content knowledge, or TPAC. It is essential nowadays because technology is so advanced, and we must take advantage of it to teach and learn in a creative and fun way. Sensitive to the use of technology from the social commitment perspective. This means that teachers must be aware of the consequences that the use of the technology has and let students know about them so that they form critical, reflective, and commitment digital citizens. It is essential because we are surrounded by technologies, so students need to be aware of the importance of technologies and a good use of them, and able to use technology to expand his/her relationship with the student's family and environment. This means that teachers must be prepared for using ICT tools in order to communicate with families and student environments. It is essential for the good development of the child, as it is very important to have a close relationship between the family and the teaching staff, and the use of the ICT tools make that communication more effective. Honestly, I think I have worked hard on this course and I hope that it has been reflected. I have given my best every week to complete the assignments and now to do this final video exam. Week after week I have been getting better and better, and I feel that I have improved a lot since the course started, as I had no idea about technology. I have gradually become more effective, and the most important part is that during this course I have learned a lot about technology and its uses in education. I have discovered many new tools that I'm sure I will use from now on. So I would say that I earn an 8. From my point of view, the role of the star would be both the most important and the most challenging one. It's the most important one because it has helped me a lot to improve my communication skills and to control my nerves when speaking in public. The first time I had to present, I was panicking, but the last time I felt so confident and I did it really well. So I have noticed an improvement in that aspect thanks to the role of the star. However, it's also the most challenging and frightening one, as we had to explain our task, which we didn't know if it was going to be correct, in front of our teacher Linda. Moreover, when I had to be the star, it made me feel under pressure, as I was like the representative of my group, so I felt like the responsibility was mine. And this is the end, so thanks for watching. Bye!